So as we continue on, so far we have 1, 0, or we have our 1's in the diagonal and we have negative 2, 0. So what we need to do is use this 1 and make the negative 2 a 0. We do that by taking 2 times row 2, adding that to row 1, and that number becomes our new row 1. This gives me the same row 2, but now for row 1 I get 1, 0, 2, and then positive 3. Look at that, we have an identity matrix on the left, which means our matrix on the right is the inverse of A. So going all the way back, A inverse is 2, 3, 1, 2. And if you were to multiply A times A inverse, what you should end up with, we get 4 minus 3, we get 6 minus 6, negative 2 plus 2, and negative 3 plus 4, which simplifies to 1, 0, 0, 1, the identity. And that's what we're looking for. All right, how about you try this next one? Try example 2a. If you're intensely curious, you could try example b as well. I'm going to include that solution at the very end of these videos. For the purposes of our class, I'm only concerned with a 2 by 2 matrix. So go ahead, try to find the inverse to matrix A in example 2a, and then resume the video when you're ready to check your solution. Okay, first step, I want to set up with my original matrix, a line, and then my identity matrix. Now I'll go through the steps to convert this left side into the identity. So I'm going to take 1/3 times row 1, which gives me 1, negative 5/3, 1/3, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1. Now I'll use this 1 to get rid of the 2 down below. Take negative 2, row 1, add it to row 2, and that becomes my new row 2. Thus, row 1 stays the same. And my new row 2 is going to be 0. Then I do negative 2 times negative 5/3 is positive 10/3, plus 1, which is the same as 3/3, gives me 13/3. Then I get negative 2/3 and 1. Now I want to make this 13/3 into a 1. I do that by multiplying row 2 by 3/13. So I get 1, negative 5/3, 1/3, 0, 0, 1, 3/13 times negative 2/3 is negative 2/13. And 1 times 3/13 is obviously 3/13. Okay, almost there. Now I want to use row 2 to use this one to turn the number above it into a 0. I do that by taking positive 5/3 times row 2, adding it to row 1, and that becomes my new row 1. So row 2 is staying the same. In row 1 I get 1, 0. Now negative 2/13 times 5/3 equals negative 10/36. I'm going to add this with 1/3. So negative 10/36 plus 1/3 is the same as plus 13/36, which equals 3/36, which reduces to 1/13. And then finally 5/3 times 3/13 is the same as 5/13. And that is my inverse matrix. So A inverse equals 1/13, 5/13, negative 2/13, 3/13.